Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We're in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 26, verses 47 through 56. So, as Jesus is in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he's praying, they hear the ruckus, right? Judas has showed up with soldiers and with the mob. They come armed with swords and clubs. And Judas was called by Jesus himself to be one of the 12, one of his friends. And he was a pupil into whom Jesus didn't just give teaching, he shared his life with him. He poured his life into Judas. And now he only calls him rabbi. And which is even still funny because of that old expression, may the dust of your rabbi fall upon you. The disciple's life is supposed to imitate the rabbi, but Judas has rejected the teaching and the life of Jesus. He doesn't believe the words, the promise that Jesus has given to him. And still, Judas gives him a kiss of a greeting. And the thing is, do we confess that, like Judas, our actions or inactions, our thoughts, our behaviors, our intentions, or our lack of doing anything, grieve our Master, our Savior and Lord? And here's Judas, who once sat at Jesus' feet, showing up ahead of a crowd of armed men. And there's no more talk, no more listening, right? And Jesus simply responds, do what you came for. Jesus knows what Judas is doing. He knows who Judas is. He knows who every human being is. He knows that we're sinners who hate God and who hate him, except by the power of grace. We can't do it without it. And the men step forward and they seize Jesus, and it's not a gentle, come with us kind of thing. They arrest him. And then one of Jesus' companions, seems to be one of the three who are with him in the garden, draws out his sword and cuts off the ear of the high priest. He uses violence against violence. And Jesus tells him, put your violence back in its sheath. Don't be using violence here. For all who live by the sword are going to die by the sword. Violence is only going to create more violence. Don't you think I can call for 12 legions of angels at any time? 12 legions would have been more than all the legions that the Roman Empire had. And these are angels, not mere men. And in that hour, Jesus said to the crowd, I'm not leading a rebellion, not the way you think. I didn't attack you, but yet you come out with swords and clubs to capture me. Was I just such a threat? Jesus is leading a rebellion against the order of sin. He is attacking the strongholds of the evil one. And he tells them every day, I was simply teaching in the courts of the temple. You didn't arrest me then. But here we are in the darkness. Here we are at night, and this is your time. And this is to fulfill what the prophets had spoken of. And at that moment, they arrest him, and the disciples melt away. Do we melt away when going gets tough? When our lives become inconvenient to keep walking in our faith? Well, hey, friends, thanks for joining me. If you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and share. Have a blessed day.